that I'm really excited for today because I was blessed in July to meet Tiffany on the beach in Santa Monica. Like the best place in the world you want to meet people is on the beach, and Santa Monica is not a bad place to meet. But it was actually for a yoga event that really just was amazing. And I'm excited to work with you because you are helping Pascha Chocolate to expand a series, an inner health series that we have called Chocolate on the Mat. And I'm so excited that we're going to get to sort of talk about that together. And just that we get to offer this series. And you've been amazing because if anyone's in Southern California or coming to Southern California, you can join Tiffany in an array of forums, I'll say, or events, because they go from day events that are just an hour or two to all day events to overnight events. And the thing I love the most about all of your events is they are as fluid in attendees as most yoga. I've gone to a lot of yoga events where it's just always looks like yogis only. You know what I mean? People that can be a pretzel and people that can do things that I personally can't do. And I'm a yogi. I've been doing yoga for 20 years. I'm a certified yoga teacher. But when you go to your classes, everybody's there. All walks of life are there. All levels are there. And the community support, I have goosebumps. I'm talking just goosebumps.
I love it.
I witnessed it. So I want to introduce everyone to Tiffany. And I'm going to read this because I couldn't memorize this to say better who she actually is. Tiffany definitely brings community together and creates a multicultural connection. That is what I love the most about you. When I'm talking about fluid, I'm talking about your multicultural connection, all different levels of people, as far as fitness levels, as far as yoga understanding, all together working cohesively in community. You have a members only site that I look forward to your emails all the time. It's completely amazing. You're so much fun. You're so much fun. You're so, here I am, black, every interview, black. Everything about Tiffany is not black. It's pink, it's blue, it's yellow, it's gold. It's the exact opposite of me. She has an inclusive community of yoga classes, live events, online platforms, on demand, you name it. She keeps you on your toes. She keeps you literally. I love your videos are great. I love your Instagram posts when you're like, this is real life and this is Instagram, like always keeping it real. And that's why I think people gravitate towards you. So without further ado, in our inner health series, our Pascha Inner Health series, I'm so excited to introduce Tiffany.
Thank you so much, V. I have had such an amazing journey with you and Pascha so far. And it's been a short journey so far, but we've done so much in that amount of time. And to your point, absolutely, like community is my thing. When I started teaching yoga, as a new yoga teacher or anything that you're new at, you're still kind of finding your own authenticity. And I was trying to figure out what absolutely I love about teaching yoga. And there are so many things. My intention was to make yoga accessible to everyone. So all-inclusive community for me is number one. Anybody and everybody can do yoga. If you can breathe, you're doing yoga. So I always want to make sure everyone feels good about showing up to a yoga class or a yoga experience, knowing that there is no right or wrong with yoga. It's completely individual to yourself and unique to yourself, and that's intentional. But it does foster such an amazing community, and that is the other big component as to why I do what I do. I recognize all through my life I love connecting with people. Like you said, I'm kind of an extrovert. I can be an introvert too, but I love to talk like you, and so I'm always talking and sharing. And my intention is because I want more people to get involved because I know the benefit for them. And that's what drives me and gets me excited. When I know I'm impacting someone else, whether that be physically, mentally, emotionally, with a smile, with kindness, with a yoga class, with an interaction, a conversation, I feel good. It warms my heart. And this is why this has been my calling, I guess we'll say, and why I created members only yoga community. And it really is just the community. It's free to sign up. It's about bringing yoga to as many people as I possibly can. And that's in-person events, like you said, Southern California, local in Venice, Santa Monica, day treats, weekenders, and also on demand. So it's accessible for everyone. And I love that, you know, through this, I'm meeting amazing people, connecting with great brands that I believe in and I support, as Pascha being one of them. And so the experience, bringing Pascha Chocolate on the Mat and combining that with my yoga classes, meditations, intention setting practices, it's just been very seamless. And I've had such a great response. And now it's an expectation. People show up to my events and they're, where's the Pascha? It's a staple now in what I like to offer. So it's really been fantastic building this community. And I'm excited to continue to build it bigger so we can touch more people. Give them the yoga love, the experience of the yoga and the community.
Yeah, no, it really, and as far as building community, another thing that I have to mention when that really impressed me with your class and with the chocolate on the mat experience that I did with you at the beach was after the class was over, it was an hour later and we were all still there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my favorite part. Actually, I can't say that because my favorite part when I'm teaching yoga and it just feels so good and I'm so in it, I'm like loving it and feeling the music. But then after, people who don't have just met for the first time, it feels like they've known each other for years. And that's the interaction and the environment that I hope I create always. But that's the feeling and the feedback I do get from everyone. And that's what pushes me to continue to do it because people are coming together. It's such a healthy environment versus, yeah, it's cool to go out to the bars and restaurants and things like that. But this is a way you can come and practice self-care, self-love, and be in community with like-minded people. And again, all inclusive. So it's so many different ages, body shapes, way of life, all these different people coming together. And it's just really nice to see this connection in the community that's being built from that.
Yeah, no, it was like a warm hug. It really was, felt like a warm hug to me.
I love that.
So as a teacher, like, I mean, you've been teaching yoga and then, chocolate on the mat, just to give people sort of a brief description, it is actually a heart opening experience. Chocolate, we consider chocolate as food. Science has shown that chocolate supports cardiovascular health, hormones, so many things, but heart health. And our heart chakra is a chakra that, in our busy life, it's closed. It's not open to receive. So chocolate on the mat is an opportunity for us to incorporate the union of yoga, breath work, meditation, the power of the food, of the compounds in the cacao, basically marry all that together. And that's basically what the experience is. So it's breath work, it's some conscious guided meditation, tasting the chocolate, using all your senses. From a teaching standpoint, what has the addition of chocolate on the mat sort of been your experience? Like when you're looking out at your students and you know, and they're engaging in a practice once you've, brought this experience to them. Have you noticed anything different as far as the practice or maybe the way they're perceiving the practice or what it does to the person as they engage in the practice? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in addition to the physical health benefits, um, the nutrients that's provided by cacao and the stimulant of blood flow to the heart and your brain obviously is going to benefit
Mhm.
pretty much everybody physically, but it's really the mindfulness attached to it and really narrowing it into the heart chakra. And it's physically healthier for your heart, but also from a mental perspective. And especially lately in my classes too, I notice a lot of people are on fast forward. I call it, they're in a rush all the time because life, we have instant gratification. We're constantly moving. Like we're sensory is amplified. There's so many things coming at us all the time. So it forces us to move quickly, breathe quickly, and chocolate on the mat with the meditation and focus on the heart chakra and the opening and the slowing down, even to the point where, yes, we're smelling it, we're chewing slowly so we can feel it and taste it, helps people just as easily and simple as it is to slow down. And it just puts them in that space from a heart space, head space, emotional space, everything. And so that's really nice to see. And I mean, first and foremost, they just love the fact that they're going to eat chocolate. So that's the first response. Like everyone gets a smile on their face. They're like, "Ooh, we got chocolate." But definitely throughout the process, whether I follow it with an intention setting workshop or the yoga movement practice, they're just dropped in, not now physically, mentally, and emotionally, and they're present and they're aware. And I know in my own experience and a lot of experiences of my students and just with feedback they've shared, it's, once you say these certain things during the meditation, the gratitude focus, opening your heart, being willing to receive, slowing down, all of these kind of, I guess you will say like buzzwords, but they're so incredibly important, wellness words, if you will. There's something that stays with them throughout the whole practice and they walk away with it. And that's the impact. And that's the feeling and the emotional connection that I know once they leave this environment, that's going to still live on with them. So it's been really nice to see. And just, it's such a great addition, whether I'll either start it off before the yoga practice or I will end the yoga practice with it and going into an intention setting. So both forums, both options work amazing. And I always get great feedback and they love the chocolate. They love to eat it. I think the last event I had a student like eat the chocolate before we're ready. And so, they're excited. They want to eat it. They love it. So it's good.
That's terrific. Well, I love to hear that.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Last week I took a class, an all-day class on social media, and they did a study. Instagram did a study and said that the average attention span today is 1 second.
Isn't that wild? And I believe it.
Coming into your class and all the stimulus and this and that. So it's just, I just have goosebumps thinking about how powerful it must be for you to watch your students when you bring the chocolate on the mat, sort of desensitize from that 1 second need for stimulation to like tap into your heart, tap into your senses, tap into your, and we all need it. We all really need it. If life is moving so fast that we only have an attention span of 1 second. Used to be 8 seconds. It went from 8 seconds 2 years ago to 1 second.
Yeah, I totally believe it. Well, with Instagram and just scrolling, and again, how quickly information's coming at us all the time and distracting us all the time. I mean, I have to really focus on reading a book now, because it's just like,
So do I.
What emails are coming through, what text, what this, what that. I mean, and it is a practice and it's needed more now than ever because of the overstimulus of information in life now. So it's such a great way to introduce this to people in a way that's accessible and enjoyable. I think that's what we have to find. And, with yoga, it's like breaking down that stigma of you have to be a certain body type, you have to be flexible. It's not about that at all. I mean, yoga is community and yoga is your medicine for healing your body, strengthening your body, and adding chocolate on the mat, an additional medicine, if you will. It makes it accessible for everyone, interesting for people, and enjoyable. So, that's what keeps them coming back and wanting more. And I think that's my goal, is because I know they're benefiting physically, mentally, and emotionally. And to me, I look at it as my job is to create these environments that make them wanting more. So they'll continue on this health journey, holistically, physically, all the things, nutritionally.
That's terrific. I mean, at Pascha, we're obsessed with the health benefits of chocolate. And I eat dark chocolate every day. That's what brought me to this company. I was buying their chocolate and then I fell in love and now I work with them. The breakthroughs that science keeps uncovering about the compounds in cacao are just really unbelievable. And, studies have shown that if you have what they call a chocolate fix, we call it the mind body chocolate fix every day. And if you have a piece of chocolate every day for 14 days, science shows that the health benefits are unreal. Heart, hormones, emotional, a lot of what you touched on, blood flow, all of these things. So if we were to ask you, how do you do your mind body chocolate fix? Like, give us an example of a time during the day where you might sneak in. Some people like do it after dinner. They share a bar with the family. Me, myself, I do it. I like my mind body chocolate fix on the private.
Yeah.
But I'd love to hear how you have a mind body chocolate fix in the day.
I'm laughing because my mind body chocolate fix is usually eating a whole entire bar. But no, yeah, so I can't control myself sometimes. I just keep eating it. And it's interesting because with the theobromine in cacao is this natural stimulant in the best way ever. So not a caffeinated stimulant, but it gives you energy, but in a relaxation state. So you've got the sustainable energy to do things, but you're not like jittered out caffeine high, right? And so that's what makes it so good and why I like to have it all the time. So for me personally, usually I'm teaching in the mornings, and I've put out a lot of energy. So I come home, and after I've showered and done all my things, I'm getting ready to work. And just to ground myself, I usually have a little bit of chocolate, a little movement or meditation, breathing, something just to shift me out from one thing that I'm doing in the day into the next. But just also giving myself that mental moment to just be calm, because yes, again, I'm always teaching it to others, but it's remembering to practice it myself as well. So definitely, I would say a lot of times in the afternoon. I also, between as a teacher, or this is great for anyone who's working kind of at their lunch break, between classes, I'll take one piece just for, again, that energy to sustain me. I also teach in the heat, and it's 105 degrees in there. And, that takes a toll. So it gives me the energy I need to continue to teach and deliver for the next class. So I would say mostly afternoon for me is when I'm hitting the chocolate.
You've actually prompted me a few times on your IG stories. I'm like, oh, she's having a chocolate fix right now. I'm going to have one.
Yeah.
I
Well, and I guess, and my boyfriend and I, we do have like every night is a movie night with Pascha Chocolate. So we have dinner, and then he gets his sugar-free chocolate or the coffee flavored one, which he also loves. And my favorite's the 55%, but we'll also get our own chocolate bars and just snack on that during movie night.
so many people come out to California. You have so many events. I would think that, especially when you do your weekend events and things like that, anyone listening that is really looking to elevate their life, please tell them how they can find out about you, how they can join your, inclusive membership only, and where they can follow you. And Pasha will be there in some of the events I show up. So if maybe we'll all be there together. It would be fun.
Love it. Yes. So yes, thank you. You can find me Instagram or on my website. It's Tiffany Brooke Yoga. So website, tiffanybrookeyoga.com. Instagram, Tiffany Brooke Yoga. It's Brooke with an E. And you can join members only yoga community for free. And basically you just become a part of this amazing community. And I always encourage friends and family to join. But you'll get access to my newsletter, which will have all the invites to every event that I'm doing. I also like to share anything that's I'm interested in, whether it is a new brand or, something, a discount I can share, a perk I can share, that will also be shared with our members only yoga community. You absolutely get access to events. You get access to on-demand yoga, which is all 30 minutes or less. Very accessible. We have stretch and open series, 30-minute videos, 15-minute videos you can start your morning with. You can do chocolate on the mat with, which is so beautiful. And then some faster flowing yoga videos as well. And yeah, I mean, that's where you can get me primarily. And Facebook. Tiffany Brooke Yoga.
I think your newsletters are fun. Like sometimes you're like, oh, a newsletter. Your newsletters are fun.
I try to keep photos and colors and things to look at, because our 1 second attention span, right? It's like, give them a photo.
No, I think your stuff is fun. So definitely check it out. This has been just amazing. And hopefully you'll be able, folks, you'll join her on-demand program and incorporate chocolate on the mat yourself with her, because it would be pretty easy to do if you wanted to do that. Thank you so much. And we are just so honored to have you be part of our Chocolate on the Mat series and to work with you. And namaste is, I guess, exactly what
Namaste, baby. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for this beautiful partnership.